I don't know if you saw this Detroit Become Human tweet, quote, "When you wake up and Detroit Become Human is still a PS4 exclusive and you're an Xbox owner. First day thoughts. Ugh." Yeah, that's not something an official account should tweet heating up the console war. And I'm not someone that says the console war is bad. Of course, if people keep it in healthy discussion, that is. Competition between companies is healthy and it makes these companies invest in, for example, exclusives. I mean, why would Sony invest in all these first party games if there was no other console that people could play games on, if PlayStation was the only one? Well, because Sony wants you to buy their system over the others. Otherwise, there's no reason to invest millions in Horizon Zero Dawn if people could only play third-party games on the PlayStation. Then they would buy the box no matter what, then you don't need an exclusive. So yeah, I think the console wars is of course great. Also looking at Microsoft, they make a ton of like interesting moves to make the Xbox more attractive, and maybe they would not have done that if the PlayStation was not there. So, okay, back to the tweet that was removed after 3 hours, according to Eurogamer. First of all, that tweet makes no sense for a PS4 exclusive to tweet, because this tweet was aimed at Xbox owners. I mean, why would an Xbox owner follow an account for a PlayStation exclusive game? It's like the same as a PlayStation owner would follow the Sea of Thieves account to keep up to date with the updates on the game. I mean, why would you do that? So that makes no sense, first of all. And of course, it's a really childish move to talk about your toy being better than the other. Both Microsoft and Sony are pushing the gaming industry forward. Heck, every developer is, every publisher is, so doing this is really like a stupid move. It's a childish move. I can only imagine this happening if the guy was at the bar with his like co-workers and they thought, oh, this is a funny tweet, let's tweet it out on the official account. Oh, that's cool. I think that might have happened. The tweet was sent out in the night. I mean, it's a possibility. But it's like really interesting that this tweet happens when Sony's been doing like weird shit for the last couple of weeks. And then I'm of course referring to Jim Ryan, the Sony Interactive Entertainment Global boss, that he said that showing indie games during a press conference was good in 2013 and 2014, but that it was like less relevant now. Implying that indie games are just less relevant than they were in 2013 and 2014. And that's of course not a smart thing to say when you do business with these companies. And it might be true. I mean, indies are on board on the PS4 right now, and the big blockbusters that were not really there in 2013, 2014 are now starting to come more than ever. So that's also like the games that people are looking forward to the most, of course, more than your regular indie games. So even if it's true, don't say it. And of course we also have like his quote about backwards compatibility. I mean, he said that he was at the Gran Turismo event where they also were showing PS1 and PS2 games, and then he said, "They looked aged, why would anyone play this?" So also implying that people that want backwards compatibility are just stupid, because why would you play like old games? Also not something that is smart to say, obviously. Really painful. So then, we also have them refusing to do cross-platform with Minecraft and Rocket League, while even Nintendo, and that's normally of course the company that's doing weird, is on board. Like, you can do Rocket League crossplay with a Switch, Xbox, PC, but not with PlayStation. So Sony is not really saying pro-consumer things right now, making you think that they got cocky again, just like in the pre-PS3 era, where they said, oh, you want the very expensive PS3? Why not get a second job? I mean, yeah, why not? Just buy the freaking thing. They really thought that because of the success of the PS2, I mean, it's the most successful console ever, that people would run to the store to get the next platform, even at a higher price, with no real good games. Well, we all know how that turned out, and that's why the PS4 is also like so successful, because they learned from that and they learned to be players first. But kind of the things they're saying right now, not so smart. Not really pro-consumer, not really for the players. To be fair, it's not that the things they said will have too much of an impact, I think. Like, I don't think that indie games will say, okay, screw you PlayStation, we're not coming anymore, simply because they need to be on that platform, because it's the biggest console right now. There are a lot of people buying for games there. They of course want to make the most money. So yeah, they will keep coming, but still, it's like a not so smart thing to say if you do business with these people. So yeah, the last couple of weeks have been really interesting for Sony and the things they said, but hopefully it's over now. This was kind of a different video than you guys maybe expect from me, or that I normally do, but I thought it was interesting to share. And like the Detroit tweet was like the biggest news today, and I thought you guys might find this interesting. So I'm of course curious to hear what you think. let me know in the comments down below. For all the interesting PS4 news, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you did, and I'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.